These are this afternoon's top stories. NFA Final 4 heats up as 2 drop out and 2 advance to the finals. St. Lucia concerned about the growing numbers of accident victims refusing medical attention. And Bolivian miners are protesting for want of better infrastructure. Good afternoon. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, 23rd July 2015. I am Nisha David. In national news, the third round of the NFA Premier League Final 4 playoffs kicked off last night with a doubleheader. Match 1, Rams Village Superstars came up against Harris Paint St. Peter's, and in Match 2, SL Horsford St. Paul's United battled Sol Island Otto Connery. In Match 1, Rams Village Superstars came out victorious with 2 goals, leaving Harris Paint St. Peter's with 0. Scoring for Rams Village Superstars, Javon Amri struck twice in the 59th and 75th minutes. In Match 2, SL Horsford St. Paul's United bagged 2 goals, thrashing Sol Island Otto Connery, who knocked back 1 goal. Scoring the lone goal for Sol Island Otto Connery was Kishan Ward in the 27th minute, while Keith Roy Freeman scored a penalty kick and Rashid Hodge scored the other goal for St. Paul's. Competition now heats up as both Sol Island Otto Connery and SL Horsford St. Paul's United advance to the finals starting on Saturday. Despite the loss last night, Connery amassed enough points from its first 2 wins to advance to the finals. Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Mark Brantley says the appointment of Divisions to the Diplomatic Corps was in keeping with the new government's initiative to reshape the image of the Foreign Affairs Service to better reflect the people of the Federation. Brantley made the comment to the Department of Information following the recent appointment of Elsa Wilkin Ambrister as the new Vice Consul at the Consulate of St. Kitts and Nevis in Dubai. According to a recent press statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the new addition to the Federation's Diplomatic Corps is a passionate individual who represented the Federation for over 20 years in the areas of politics, tourism, public diplomacy, education, and pageantry. She was described as having a plethora of knowledge in international affairs, and her integration with different cultures has enhanced her negotiation skills and diplomatic expertise. The Vice Consul joins recent appointments to the Diplomatic Corps of fellow Divisions Dr. Everson Hull, Ambassador to the Organization of American States, and Eustace Wallace, Counselor assigned to the High Commission in London. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Osman Petty, says programs such as fire summer safety are of extreme importance. He further noted that since parents, teachers, and other adults are not able to share in the experience, the youth should share the information passed on to them.
But if you, the children, are sensitized to the things that you should do, you can tell your parents and even your teachers sometimes this is how it should be done and what we should do. And so I am quite pleased that for the next 3 days you will be given tips, taken to practical exercises and so on with respect to safety.
Petty also spoke on various safety tips he anticipated would be highlighted through the 3-day program.
We see a lot of cases these days about children rushing out behind a ball. You should know that you're playing cricket in your yard or whatever and the ball crosses the street. You can't just run out behind it, because the ball cannot get killed. Even if a truck walk on the ball and the air come out, you can always replace that, but you can't replace your life or your broken foot or your broken hand. So crossing the streets, walking on sidewalks, walking in groups, making sure that everybody is safe, walking with your traffic wardens. In some school zones we have traffic wardens who take you up to school, who help you across the streets. These are things you must know.
Petty was at the time speaking at the opening ceremony of the Fire Safety Summer Program on Wednesday, 22nd July. Regionally, St. Lucian emergency officials were kept busy over the Carnival holiday, responding to over 100 ambulance calls. The bulk of the calls were for assistance following vehicular collisions. The officers say while there has been a noted increase in requests for assistance, there is a growing trend of victims refusing further medical attention at the hospital.
With the partying and revelry of Carnival came a number of vehicular collisions. Station officer at the St. Lucia Fire Service, Bernard Prosper, said the first weekend call for help followed an accident in the Rodney Heights area where a driver lost control of his vehicle and ran into a ditch. He sustained lacerations and a broken nose. It would be the first in a number of collisions.
On Sunday, 19th July 2015 at 8:45 a.m., Castries responded to another MVA at Shock. A minibus runs off the road. As a result, hits an electrical pole. The driver refused transportation to hospital. On Sunday, 19th July 2015 at 1 p.m., Grosile responded to an MVA at Bois d'Orange. Bike versus a pickup truck. A 17 and 25-year-old male rider of the motorcycle sustained injuries to the body. They were treated and transported to Victoria Hospital for further medical treatment.
Emergency officials responded to 2 more vehicular accidents on Sunday night. One of those involved 2 visitors to the island who sustained minor leg injuries but refused any further medical assistance.
At about 19:59 p.m., Castries responded to St. Louis Street to a motor vehicle accident, car versus car. The occupants of both vehicles refused transportation, whilst the vehicles were badly damaged. At 20:47 hours, a motor car ran into a packed police vehicle on John Compton Highway, injuring 2 police officers. One complained of pain to his right hip and the other complained of shoulder pains. And at that is 6 minutes to 9, at Mondidon Castries, a motor car rolled over with 2 male individuals on board. Both refused transportation, though the vehicle was badly damaged.
Prosper says he's concerned about the growing number of accident victims refusing anything other than on-the-scene triage by first responders.
Breast cancer remains one of the leading causes of death in Guyana, and the numbers are slowly increasing. However, one woman battling breast cancer has joined the fight to help educate others about the deadly disease.
Affected persons often delay seeking medical attention and only do so when they suspect something is wrong. Not having pain only enforces the reluctance to see a doctor. For 65-year-old Olive Abrams, it was the pain being experienced in her left side breast that caused her to make a trip to the doctor's office.
And when I squeezed my breast, I saw this dark thing came out of my breast, black, the information, dark, blood and information came out of the breast.
It was around late 2004 when she was diagnosed with Paget disease of the breast, which is a form of breast cancer that affects the skin of the nipple.
The doctor said both sides, but they had to take off the left.
A biopsy is what confirmed this type of rare cancer, where a sample of Abrams' tissue was taken for laboratory analysis. Then she would undergo several surgeries, mainly in Jamaica and at the Georgetown Public Hospital.
Internationally, hundreds of miners from a strike-paralyzed city in Bolivia's highlands have battled police in the capital La Paz, with authorities reporting 44 people arrested and 1 officer injured. The miners want more hospital roads and an international airport to be built in the region of Potosi in the southwest. Al Jazeera's Mariana Sanchez reports from Potosi.
Potosi, paralyzed and isolated. The barricades are guarded in this entrance and throughout the city. The people of Potosi are on strike, they say, for the long haul. It's been more than 2 weeks and this Andean city continues to be shut down. That's taking a toll on some of its residents. Celia Barrientos struggled to get her mother to the hospital.
We carried her because she couldn't walk. The city is all blocked.
This is one of only 2 hospitals in Potosí. Only the emergency ward is attending patients. The director here says medicine is guaranteed, but getting food deliveries could be a problem. The market is closed. People are getting whatever they can on street corners. Margarita Arcova showed us how the vendors are supporting the strike, but she says the people of Potosí will not be hungry because they planned for it.
We stocked up knowing that the strike would be indefinite because the last time, 5 years ago, the government lied to us.
These people say that they feel betrayed by President Evo Morales. Voters in Potosí supported him. Now they wanted their voices heard. They all talked at the same time about the same demands: new hospitals, an international airport, factories.
Gold is the cheapest it has been in nearly 5 years. China, one of the world's biggest consumers, is buying less, and its reserves are lower than previously thought. Also, gold is priced in dollars, and the American currency has been strengthening, making it more expensive for foreign buyers. Indians, who are traditionally the biggest market for individual buyers of gold, are also buying less. Al Jazeera's Nidhi Dutt reports from New Delhi.
Prices are low, so it's a good time for me to invest my money in gold.
With the price of gold at a 5-year low, jeweler Rishi Kapoor should be excited. Indians have traditionally bought gold, which they consider to be a reliable investment. This sentiment has kept Kapoor's family in business for 45 years, but the recent low prices have meant fewer customers.
We were expecting more customers with the gold rate hitting low, but the market is really slow.
There are a number of reasons why Indians aren't putting their savings in gold right now, from wedding season yet to begin to renewed investor confidence in currencies like the US dollar. Traders across the country see this as a huge change of heart in a market that prides itself on its big appetite for the yellow metal. When the price of gold crashed 2 years ago, this store was full of enthusiastic shoppers. But today, despite the low prices, customers are hard to find. A sign some analysts say that Indians aren't rushing to the rescue of the global gold industry.
Taking a look at the weather. Weather forecast valid until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Winds are from the east at 12 to 18 miles per hour. Seas are slight to moderate with waves up to 5 feet. Temperature is recorded at 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Surface high pressure is the dominant feature, and that means today will be partly cloudy and hazy with little or no shower activity. Tonight will be fair. A surface high pressure will dominate skies across the region, with skies over the Leeward and Virgin Islands being partly cloudy and hazy with little or no shower activity for today and tonight. Tomorrow's sunset is set for 5:48 a.m., while sunset today is forecast to be at 6:47 p.m. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Mid newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nisha David.